Namaste. Bridges of Heritage, Gateways of Trade. This is the theme for our upcoming India Day 2026, which is happening at Trim Castle Hotel on 30th of August, Sunday. And with this theme of building bridges of heritage, culture plays a very important role. So I thought today we have the opportunity to talk to Mr. Anand Pandey about different cultures and their integration. When people leave their country, what happens? So you're very welcome. Namaste.
Namaste. Thanks, Aparna, for inviting me to talk.
Yeah, so tell us a little bit about your experience. You have lived in many countries and what you have seen on the first hand.
Yeah, it's a great question. Again, to start off with, I think the Indians are the biggest ambassadors of integration. Okay, having said that, our history has witnessed so many integrations over the coming years. We were especially invaded by people from different countries, Islam, Christianity, and again, at the end of the day, everybody integrated. And the current India is a mix of all the cultures. Okay, so to your point, we are great ambassadors for integration. Now, that's more inward. Having said that, there is Indian community outside India as well, and they have integrated very well. Again, on that case, let me put up the integration of Indians in the countries like Fiji, Suriname, Guyana, Caribbean, you can name like Trinidad, Tobago,
Yes.
Barbados. You see those people. So these people who went as part of the British program as contract laborers to these countries for sugarcane fields,
Okay.
and how they have integrated over the years.
Okay.
And again, I kind of follow them very closely, and I can still see them celebrating their rituals of the wedding, the birth rituals. So it's very fantastic to see kind of like how even after generations,
Yes.
what kind of connects to people. So the things that connect is the music,
Yeah.
the food,
Yes.
and the rituals.
Yes, and am I correct in saying that probably in India we might have moved on from those cultures and traditions, but people who are outside, they are still tightly holding on to those traditions and rituals?
Yeah, that's actually very true though. Again, I was watching on the internet, there's a Dutch movie. So Dutch used to be the guys who were ruling Guyana before the Britishers arrived. So I've seen a Dutch movie named One Person, and I could see it's a bilingual movie with Dutch and Bhojpuri.
Okay.
Now, I knew Bhojpuri and I could understand, but I know if you go back to India and you try to talk to people in the native languages,
Yes.
in the metropolitans, and although they have roots to those places, but they are not able to understand.
So, do you mind, you said about that you understand Bhojpuri and probably can speak as well. It is such a beautiful language. Do you mind talking a little bit and explaining this in Bhojpuri language?
Yeah, so again, let's put in Bhojpuri. 30 अगस्त के इंडिया डे बाटे आप सबन से अनुरोध बाटे कि वहाँ इंडिया डे में आवे और कार्यक्रम का आनंद लें. So what I've just said, that 30th August we have India Day, so I've requested people to come and enjoy and grace the occasion.
Beautiful. That did sound so lovely to my ears. And can you give us some phrases or examples of people that who are living away and they are using them? Even one of the beautiful example that you were talking about, the woman who is making dal and how she is churning and
Yeah.
doing it in a very traditional way that we would have seen probably, 30, 40 years ago in villages, people were doing it like that. So can you explain that example?
Yeah, no, again, before we start, so in Caribbean they use this word called bai, B-A-I.
Okay.
Now again, how it started, it's very intriguing. Like in India, we have this culture of calling everyone bai or
Yes.
brother.
Yes.
So over the period of time, like it's 150 years plus where these people in Caribbean have gone, they still use that term. So the tone has changed. The bai has become bai. Okay, and continuing on that
And
example.
in India, bai means very different.
Yeah, in India, bai means it can be a domestic help
Yes.
to anything else, right?
Yes.
So coming to the culture part of things, I was watching a documentary from a jahaji. Now, jahaji is a word used in Caribbeans for people who came on the ship.
Okay.
So for your record, in 2016, the last jahaji passed away. So there are no more jahajis. And this lady passed away at the age of, I think, 96 years old. And she was born on the ship. Okay, so that's why they call it jahaji.
Okay.
Okay, so she was kind of giving examples and she was demonstrating to the younger generation on how they cook food. So remember back in the day in our villages, we would have oven of
Chula.
clay oven or chula, right?
Yes.
And then we have woods to burn the fire, and
Yes,
then
yes.
you remember this
I've seen
iron-shaped
that.
things to blow the fire.
Yeah,
That's called fukni.
fukni, yeah.
Fukni. So again, she was demonstrating fukni, and I was like, in Caribbean, a lady who is speaking fluent English is saying fukni, fukni. It took me a couple of times to rewind and understand what she was trying to mean. And then after the dal is prepared, she was kind of mixing this ghotni, you know, the back ghotni thing, you're mixing.
Churning it.
Churning, yeah. So
Yeah.
she used ghotni. So again, this is kind of hallmark of the traditions. But I can bet you, like again, if you tell ghotni, you know it maybe your kids, my kids probably not, right? Fukni. I mean, I myself heard that word fukni.
Yeah.
I like at least 30, 35 years
Yes.
later.
Yes,
Okay.
Yes.
So again, I think to your point, this whole theme of India Day is bridges and all the stuff. So I think it's good
Yes.
time for us to kind of not just celebrate the spirit of independence, but we as non-resident Indians need to look back from where we come from and be proud of.
Yes.
In every gathering, I like to meet people. I like to talk to them in Hindi, and if I know they come from Bengal or from any other region of India, and again, I know quite a few languages, so I try to interact with them in that language. At times, I see people kind of hesitating and not move on from English, which I think is a bit awkward.
Yes.
But again, I think my personal feeling is that we need to keep the best of the both worlds.
I
and
very much agree.
Yeah, and the best
because-
example is Suriname, Fiji, and those countries. You see.
Yes.
Even England, people in England are like second and third generation.
Hmm.
Again, you'd be amazed to hear the non-vegetarian, the vegetarians. How do they celebrate Christmas in UK? They have a soybean turkey. They're
Wow.
cutting the turkey, but the turkey is made of soybean. So
Amazing,
again, I think it's just
amazing.
integration. A good example of integration.
Yeah, amazing. I love this about you, Anandji, because you give such a beautiful examples and they really stand out for our audience. And culture creates understanding. Understandings build relationships. And once we have relationships, that build bridges for business and trade.
Yeah.
So remember, culture is not only one part of it, but it actually can bring you closer to business and trade. And that's what India Day is celebrating. And that will be a place where we can actually start these conversations. And we can't wait to welcome you on 30th of August. If you haven't booked your tickets yet, there are very few seats left because it is happening at Trim Castle Hotel. So there is a limited seating capacity. We have very few places left. If you are still thinking about it, here is your opportunity. You can go on our website indiaday.ie or you can log on to irelandindiacouncil.ie and book your place now. Namaste.
Namaste. Looking forward to see you all.